Hey all, this is Stephanie with Energy Aligns. This is my collective energy tarot insight reading for November 19th through 25th, the sister water. What is happening? What are we doing here? This is what this tarot insight is about, dropping into deeper awareness through pulling one tarot card each week that highlights and harnesses the energy of the collective. And then I talk about how we as individuals can tap into this energy and deepen into ourselves, deepen into this life, and deepen into more awareness. So sister water, the water in the tarot is equal to emotions, emotional realms underneath the surface. In this case, deeply underneath the surface, the ripples, the movement, the bubbling up that is so deep under. The words that came through with the sister a water card are primordial and amorphous. We are being guided, and it's important to remember that we are being guided as a collective in the unseen realms, and we're also being guided as individuals in the unseen realms. And this is the water element, the water energy, the emotions. And it really wants to be said here, the difference between surface emotions like happy, mad, sad, and emotions and movement and connection that reside deeper in ourselves. Our cells, actually, our cellular memory, the watery parts of ourselves. Remember, we are made up of 50 to 60% of water. So the energy here is potent. The energy is powerful. And when we listen on deeper levels, we can actually attune to it. We can tune into some of the information that is evolutionary. We can tune into some of the information that's ancestral. And we can tune into some of the information that's not of the earthly plane, that's from the stars, that's from the planets, that's from out there. These are all moving underneath the surface inside each of us as a collective and each of and every one of us individually. And the other thing that's important to say here is that we are not being moved by something outside of ourselves. We are tuning in and relating with something deeper within. It's part of us, and it is us, and we are part of it. It is a whole being, a whole thing, interconnected in the darkest, deepest depths you could ever imagine, and the biggest, grandest, hugest aspects you can also even imagine. This is where we are. This is what we're tuning into. We are a whole being. We are not separate. We are definitely not separate. This card is really about the awakening of the collective intelligence. Awakening of the collective intelligence that flows through our bodies, that flows through the earth, that flows through the stars, the solar system, that flows through the universe, that flows through the mountains, that flows through the streams, that flows through every single thing. This is the collective intelligence. And it's really important now that we're waking up to it, because as things are breaking down, as the compartmentalization that we've created as a species is breaking down and the cracks are showing, underneath is the reality, the truth of us as a whole system. That's what's being revealed, and how we're going to go forward, cohabitate, work together with the elements, work as one large system, one large being, rather than individual components of a whole or individual components that are separate. We aren't separate. This is the collective awakening. Okay, so let's talk about how as individuals we can tap into this for ourselves, because it starts with ourselves first and foremost, right? So when we awaken, tap in, and start to relate to this energy of being part of a whole within each and every one of us as individuals, it becomes a vibration and awareness that ripples out. So one really potent way to connect with the energy of the sister water here, the connection to the deeper messages, vibrations, and intelligence underneath the surface, is by noticing in your waking life the connections. Sometimes we call them synchronicity, sometimes we call them manifestation, sometimes we call them coincidence. And these are fun ways in your waking life to start to notice that there's something connected between us. Examples would be when you're thinking about a friend or someone and then they text or call you. That's the actual perfect example. Or like something didn't work out the way you planned, but turned out to be something else that was so beautiful and beneficial for you. Other examples would be like being late for work, and then you're realizing that if you would have been on time, you would have been stuck in an accident on the freeway if you had actually left planned. So coincidences, synchronicity. This is a good way to start to tap into this energy. Just noticing those in your life, noticing the energetic influences of you in the whole. Okay, a deeper way to tap into this is really to drop into quiet. Drop into a space where you close your eyes and you're getting quiet. You're aware of your thoughts, you're aware of your body, you're aware of sensations, but you're sitting in quiet in gentle awareness. I will say, I am sending out my monthly November guided meditation tomorrow, and this is exactly what we do. We go into the sixth energy center behind our eyes in the center of our head, and this is a perfect way to match the energy of this card and to tap in more deeply, to start to communicate with the information that's coming through in this card, the primordial waters of ourselves, the experience of us as a part of a whole, experience of us as a whole, not just a part. We are all one. The things we see outside of ourselves with our eyes right now, the horrors, are reflected or reflections of the opposite of our potential that is also presenting itself to us. The chance to come together, it's allowing the opposite of it. It's allowing our connection to shine and grow and be made aware of and made clear. Notice this in your day-to-day life. Start to notice the contrast. So I'm sending everybody lots of love and deep awareness. Have a great weekend. Be taking care of yourselves. Stop when you can and start to notice the small things that are good and beautiful. That's really important right now. Stop and take some breaths, being quiet in little increments throughout your day. That's going to be the way to most easily access it. Okay, I'll see you all next week. Bye.